My name is JD Crowe. My day job is to work for AL.com and Alabama Media Group, and I draw stupid pictures of stupid politicians. So I'm tired of drawing ugly, lying politicians. I want to draw some real people that have some real good stories. For me, homeless and veteran are two words that don't belong together. I want to know how in the world a person can be willing to die for their country and then wind up without a roof over their head. You're Larry.
I wanted to see the world. I thought I'd join the military and get started with my life.
Howard.
Unfortunately, I've got one of those little defects. I'm still cranking.
Brandon.
King of the Beast.
And Jerrell.
My kids are the reason I joined the military.
I want you all to tell your stories. I'm going to draw some pictures.
I served in the Army. I went in 1972, 101st Airborne Division. I was assigned to the M60 machine gun. It cost me in terms of my ankles and my feet and my knees. I ended up having to go to the infirmary when I did get out of the military. It was a service-connected disability. Right after I retired, my disability got terminated. And so I got in a homeless situation from that.
I served in the United States Marine Corps. My duty station, basically for the whole 3.5 years, was Subic Bay, the Philippines. I was there when they were kicking narcos out, and the guerrillas were very upset. We were called in to eliminate the problem. When I got out of the military, I had a drinking problem. I couldn't hold a job because of that, which contributed to my homelessness.
The branch of the military I served in was the Army National Guard. I served for 7 years. I was notified that we had a deployment coming up in my unit. I gave up my apartment, my vehicle. I went to mobilization. They called me to the hospital. They had found some things in my blood that weren't supposed to be there. It was a major, kind of stopped me from going. Even though I didn't have lupus at that time, he was afraid that I would develop symptoms. When I got back home, I had nothing. And it's been that way since then.
I was in the United States Navy on the aircraft carrier, the USS Eisenhower. I was in during the end of the Carter administration when the Shah of Iran got ousted and the Ayatollah took the hostages. I got out in February of '81. I owned my trailer over in Mississippi. Someone bought the property and closed the place down. Now I've been homeless for about 3 years.
How would I spend my days when I was homeless? Days were tough, just doing whatever I could to make sure that my kids were taken care of. I wasn't worried about me. As long as they were comfortable and smiling, I was good.
When I became homeless, I finally got sick and tired of it and went to the Salvation Army and went through their rehabilitation program. I spent 1.5 years there. It's only a 6-month program.
I've spent a lot of time in my truck. I've stayed with some friends and my brother temporarily.
Basically what I did was go to the mission. It was convenient, whatever shelter I could get. You'd like to think that you can get a lot of your help from the VA, but the truth of the matter is they're helping a lot of veterans as it is. We're going through a period now where a lot of veterans are committing suicide. There's depression involved with that. I experienced some of that too. When those things happen, you go to the VA and let them know about it, and they help as best they can. Independence is extremely important. To the extent that you can be independent, you're probably going to be dealing with your depression a little bit better. I know I do.
I've been really depressed for several years and been in and out of some of the psych places, but they want to treat it with psychotic medicine. That's not what I need. I need to be able to take care of myself, and a mental thing and take care of itself, but they want to treat the symptom instead of the problem. I got a metal plate and 9 screws in my right ankle, and I guess I'm getting arthritis in my shoulders and elbows. And I've been applying to jobs, but I haven't been hired anywhere. Everything seems so long and drawn out. I feel like a hamster in a treadmill. There's expenditure, but not a solution.
I'm unable to work right now because of the injury I sustained in the military. My back, it causes my lower body to go numb. I'm a truck driver in the military. Those trucks are heavy. I had an accident, freak accident, and changed my life. I don't feel the same. I don't feel like I'm me anymore.
You still don't feel like you're me?
I don't feel like I'm myself at all. I get angry quicker now. I just feel like the world's against me sometimes. It was freaky what happened. Every time I think about it, I get emotional, but I try to move past it.
What turned it around for you?
My kids, I had to make a way for them. I was raising them on my own with no help from anyone. I'm pretty sure, you know, as a man, it's hard to ask for help. I tied my shoes, I turned my hat back, and I ran. I did what I had to do.
It gets kind of tough sometimes. But there was housing first, something that I didn't look for, didn't expect. And yet there they were. They filled in some cracks there that the VA just wasn't able to do. It was able to get me on my feet, get me into an apartment. I was amazed at how fast they did it. And so I got the apartment.
Housing First showed me 3 apartments. The second one is a garage and the apartment's upstairs. And I loved it. It was quiet. Back behind the house, I could store my tools, my barbecue grill. It's been a godsend. Housing First has got me on the road where I don't have to worry about anything. With them taking care of the full rent and letting me take my check and put my money back so I can have a bank account. This next month, I'll take over. I'm in a position now where I'm like, yeah, I can handle it.
Yeah, Housing First did a lot for me. I've also gone through physical therapy, and that was a big deal. They helped me out a lot, though, because I was a lot worse. I couldn't sit and have a conversation with anyone. I'm getting better, but I'm not where I was.
I'm in a place now through Housing First. It's kind of a patch. I don't have $1,000 a month to pay utilities and a big high bill and buy insurance. It's just overwhelming. You lay awake in bed at night and try to find a solution, and it just drives you crazy and makes you sleepless, restless, and you kind of lose your own self-worth. You just don't know how to get it back. That's basically where I stand right now. When my time runs out through Housing First, then I'm back to the bottom of the treadmill again, rock, and nothing's actually happening. That's all I can do, trust in God and hope that there's a solution somewhere down the line. The sooner the better. I need it sooner, you know?
Being here today and meeting other homeless veterans, we really have a good understanding of one another. From being in the military, going through things that people in the military go through, and being homeless. Those are 2 big things in our lives, and we connect very well off of that.
I tell you, when you're homeless, and these things do happen, and they happen to anybody, a closer relationship with God will make a huge difference. I learned quickly that what happens to me doesn't matter. How I respond is what makes all the difference. And that's the window that God left open when he closed that proverbial door. God has become my ace boom coon, not just my Lord and Savior.
I never gave up. I realized there was a brighter light at the end of the tunnel. No matter what happens, just keep moving. You'll get there.
Say thank you to God every morning when I wake up that I woke up on the right side of the dirt. I still bleed red, white, and blue, and I love America and what it stands for us and the rest of the world. I am proud to be an American. God bless the USA.
God bless America. God bless you, my friend. Here's a drawing for you.
Hey, that's pretty good. Thank you so much. Wow.
Here's your parting gift.
Outstanding. I'll get me a little frame and put it up on the wall.
Here's your rough sketch. And it doesn't do you justice, but...
I love it, man. This is going in the frame and on my wall. You just don't understand. I've never had nothing done like this before.
Oh, I'd love to do you a better one.
I have the time whenever you're ready.
I should be teaching young men that have the youth and the energy to do the things that I know. I would like to pass my knowledge on to them. I do pipe fitting, tubing bending, hydraulics, built just about anything that you can look around and see of.